beautiful Tuesday morning, the 27th of October 2020. Welcome to Good Morning Africa. My name is Kwame Owusu Danso. So this is the newspaper review segment where we deal with all the issues that we've tabled for our conversation this morning. Essentially, we're going to be discussing an African story. Nigerian looters target government stores. That's captured by the Daily Graphic newspaper. Sorry, it's on page 5 of Daily Graphic newspaper. In Debugri Jabs, Ekufuado accuses him of failing to fulfill campaign promises. The Inside newspaper reported this one on its front page. I'll provide opportunities for all Ghanaians, Mahama assures, not family and friends. The National Enquirer, 30,000 disqualified for flouting electoral laws. The Ghanaian Times newspaper. So these are the issues that we have tabled for our conversation this morning. Be kind enough to share with us what your thoughts are via our WhatsApp and text number, which is 0260846539. We're also streaming live on our Facebook portal, which is facebook.com/Pan-African Television. So once you get the live feed, you can leave your comment beneath the live stream, and I will read them out to you. Let me remind you again that we are streaming live on YouTube as well, youtube.com/Pan-African Television. So you can equally comment on there, and then I will read the messages out. I'm personally on Facebook as well, Kwame Owusu Danso. So sometimes I share the feed on my wall. So if you're my friend on Facebook, just go on my wall this morning. I will share the feed, and then you can get the opportunity to watch the show as well. And on Instagram is at Kwame Owusu Danso. On Twitter is Kwame Owusu Danso. And on LinkedIn is Kwame Owusu Danso. So let's connect on all the platforms so that we can engage ourselves this morning. Now, let me say a special good morning to all our cherished viewers, those of you who are watching us from across the length and breadth of this country, and those of you who are also watching us outside of the jurisdiction of Ghana, particularly in South Africa. I'm told we have a lot of viewers in South Africa. So good morning to all the people watching us all the way in South Africa. Also, to those of you watching us in Equatorial Guinea, I'd like to extend a special good morning to you, and also to all of those of you watching us in Togo, Burkina Faso, Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, Senegal, Liberia. Special good morning going out to all of you for watching the show. And Gambia, yes. Thank you guys for watching the morning show this morning. And if you are outside of the jurisdiction of Ghana, just prefix your number with +233 and send us your messages, and I'll get to read them here for you on the show as well. I've been joined in the studios by Saka Salia, who is a member of the MPP's communications team. Good morning to you, Saka. I trust you're doing well. And our very own Mame Fua, who has been absent for quite some time now. She's back. Good morning to you, Mame.
Good morning.
You are still busy campaigning.
Yes.
How's it going?
It's going very well.
Very well?
Yes.
And I'm told you've been everywhere in this country.
Almost everywhere.
Almost everywhere. Yes. Wow. But now you are in Accra. Are you? Okay. Because the last time I checked, you were in, I think you were in Ashaiman or so.
Yes.
With a few of your comrades.
That's true.
You know, getting to the people
true.
and sending
That's
the messages,
true.
putting the
correct.
messages across. Yes. Oh, wow. Good job. Hajia Hamdat Ibrahim is also here. Hajia, good morning.
Good
Hajia, I have a problem with your party.
Really?
The disorganization in your party is becoming too much.
What do you mean by disorganization?
Disorganization. Why are you people training police station agents now? Now. Why? You can't answer that question.
Hajia, we are not training polling stations.
So what are you doing?
We are registering polling stations.
You are registering. They are helping them.
What is wrong with that?
They are helping.
Why is it part of the topics?
No, I mean, you see, what you fail to acknowledge is that CPP is dear to my heart. Oh.
But it's not dear to my heart.
No, I'm not. Oh, I can't even say that. I'm only asking a very harmless question. I want to know why you are now recruiting polling station agents. Why now? Adia, when we have about 41 days to an election. Adia, please, are you here?
I'm here, but unfortunately I can't respond to this question.
You can't respond to it?
Yes, and Yirmambo will be available next week. You know, they are the leadership. Leadership should address such an issue. Yeah. Not.
But Saka, don't you find it troubling?
Well, I mean, it should not surprise you so much.
Because
those that are holding that face.
My problem here is that we are pushing for a third force
yes.
that is strong enough to address the issues of the duopoly, right? The NDC and your party.
Yes.
But if you find that, you know, the party that is close to becoming the third stronger force is not even organized.
Completion of electoral area and polling station mobilization exercise. What is wrong with that?
No, but you see, Kwame, you see,
Yes,
I have a problem with political parties.
Yeah.
For instance, I mean, you have political parties that are supposed to be an organization of people with like-minded, vision and all that. But I don't know. It cuts across all political parties, with the exception of the MPP.
What do you mean by the exception of MPP? What do you mean by the exception of the MPP?
You see, people who are in the hem of affairs, they don't want others to come and help.
Yeah.
For all of you to, to in the end, garner the glory. Few people, whether they have the wherewithal, the know-how or not, they want to do it all alone. And they think that if they invite another person to come in, he will steal the glory. That has always been the case in almost all the political parties. Like I said, maybe the MPP is there, but it's not so visible. Due mainly to the kind of leadership that we have now. You know your friend, Samuel Oku and Co.
Oh, yeah.
They do all inclusive.
Yeah.
You see, the eye is on the ball, winning power. But I don't know, maybe the CPP is not
ready.
So obsessed about power. It's about individuals and all that. And it could find expression in, now I want to incur the wrath of Hajia. It could find expression in even the way they see people of old, where it was all about one person, it was all about praising.
Oh, Master.
And
you are debating.
No, you are debating.
No, the issue.
If you go there, I will even have an issue with you.
See, the issue is that no matter the situation, you see, all inclusiveness is very good.
Absolutely.
For a party to be effective.
Absolutely.
Whether losers or winners, because 9 executives cannot run the party.
Exactly.
Not at all.
That is why under our leadership is different. You could see it. Yeramambo,
all the
Soprano,
Benicia, Soprano, all of we brought them up.
Yeah.
We assigned them responsibility.
Yeah.
The time is short, so everybody should be on
All hands
board.
on deck.
And then we work.
Anyway.
As I'm speaking with you, Thursday I'm going to start moving at my own expense.
Yeah.
Because I cannot sit down idle. The energy in me is so.
But has your people even called you to give you?
I'll call myself.
That's all.
The party belongs to all of us.
Thank you
I
very much.
said I will involve
Then
myself.
it's serious.
Whether I'm called or I'm not called, that is not your
We are
purpose.
starting from.
It's serious.
Is it Kumbungu?
Well, I'm starting from
Where the-
Yapekushogo first. Then
No,
I go to
where our brother is contesting.
which one?
Nabila.
Nabela Kumbungu.
Kumbungu.
Yes,
Kumbungu.
I'll go to Kumbungu. I'll go to Zibla.
Okay.
I'll go to about my target is 6 constituencies, but I'll end up in 10 constituencies. I've done well.
Yeah,
I'm
you've
going
done
to do
well.
very
Whatever. CPP.
She can't talk CPP. We don't want. We don't want. Why you and Saka? Why is it there?
It's not their problem.
The issue is that.
I mean, but you see,
We are reorganizing our
Saka
party.
raised a fundamental issue about how political parties fail to bring everybody on board. And it appears that it cuts across all the political divides. I don't know.
When we won in Sunyani, let me tell you, all people who
they are using it on her in her party.
Really?
Oh yes. She will
those
tell
who
you.
contested, listen.
She will tell you.
What's the
name of
Are you with me? In Sunyani, less than 2 weeks, we did all the appointments.
Wait a minute.
Professor Dele.
But you
what
see,
is this?
but Haja, Saka makes a very important point.
People will be calling me, Haja, why are we not seeing you? Can I force myself?
And I think that we should
But I like the
focus.
point where Haja is saying that she's a stakeholder of
Yes,
No,
I'm going to
absolutely.
take those.
she will
I'm
go
going
out and
going.
support, because I mean Haja has her own following.
That's the point. You see,
Yes,
that's
she
the
has
whole
a
point.
following,
Yeah.
so she can approach those people and get them involved, so
Yeah.
that she can, propel.
Sometimes you'll be sitting like that, and people might think that you don't have the ideas,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But it's just because somebody.
How
comes
you
up-
all have their ideas?
No, that's
They
what I'm
will
saying.
not even buy it.
But the point I'm making is that if you don't find a way of getting yourself involved,
Yes.
people might sit somewhere thinking that you do not have ideas, you are bereft of ideas,
Exactly.
which is why you have
it's
this
not
sideline.
that.
Yeah,
I think that it's about trust.
yeah,
We've gotten to a stage in politics where nobody trusts the other. Like he was saying, I have a boss who is going to contest in her constituency. You understand? The proper thing to do is put your deputies together.
absolutely, and get them to do the job.
To do
Absolutely.
the job. But there is always some sort of lack of trust. And
let me tell you,
that
is the same party.
And that is why
your personality.
You understand my point?
It's not that, but you see, I think it cuts across all political parties. It cuts across
because
all political parties.
I was discussing it in the car. Look at NDC. Those who contested His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Alabi was the campaign manager. Is the campaign manager? Now I don't even see him.
Yeah.
He's the campaign manager.
Where's Sylvester Mensah? Where's Backbane? All those who contested. So all of them should be brought on board. Likewise the CPP. Likewise the MPP. That is teamwork.
That is teamwork.
But if you think that because somebody will come and take the shine out of you, still let me tell you.
For him, he doesn't like.
For some people, if you take
them out, it's compacted. He doesn't.
You will not see the effectiveness of whatever you are doing.
Yeah, right. I think the bottom line is that there must be some level of cohesion.
Cohesion, that's all.
Because nobody is a sole repository of knowledge.
There must be some level of cohesion, and we should all believe that together we make it happen.
But what makes it difficult for people to trust people? Because you guys are all in the same business.
But what sort of trust? Let me tell you.
Exactly. Because the aim is to win an election, isn't it?
Sure.
Yeah. So that should be the ultimate goal, right? Yes. But why must somebody say that? Well, because I have a personal vendetta with you.
This person.
No, they don't have any personal anything with them. The fact of the matter is that they fear personalities.
Oh yeah.
You see,
if I give this one the opportunity,
let me use Ajay as an example.
Me.
Ajay has so much experience.
Yeah.
So the person that took over from her, the proper thing for her to is it her?
Yeah.
Her to do.
And we are war women.
Is to get her on board and say, Ajay,
how did you do it?
Yeah, how did you do it?
It's not bought in the market though.
It's about experience. It's about experience. So that you can tap
into
her experience.
Yeah.
You understand?
Granted, Ajay doesn't even have.
And you see, all of us have our strengths and weaknesses. Some people are fantastic communicators, others are fantastic organizers.
Yeah.
You understand me? So if a communicator and organizer work together,
brilliant.
I mean, we are gone.
Yeah.
You understand me? And some people are fantastic strategists.
Everybody's with those is important. Yeah, I agree with you. Well, this is just
it's important that we all realize the strengths and weaknesses of our colleagues.
Absolutely.
So we work together.
Well, this is just tangential, but I think it's also very crucial going into these elections, particularly when we want to have a very strong political atmosphere where political parties will be confident enough to say that we want to break the chain of the duopoly that we've been experiencing over these years, which have not really benefited Ghanaians in the estimation of some other people. So I think we must begin to look at how possibly we can all work together, particularly the CPP, so that because GUM is taking your shine, and I will not even sit here and lie about it. The gentleman was in Asante Mampong. The gentleman he's not campaigning for you. He's not campaigning for you.
He's only showing Kwame Nkrumah.
But he will not combine the vote. No, you won't combine the vote.
No, but the Kwame Nkrumah formed one political party.
Yeah, but Kwame Nkrumah himself said that he was the property of Kwame Nkrumah himself said he was the property of Ghana. So Kwame Nkrumah does not only belong to the CPP. So anybody who finds the works of Kwame Nkrumah very attractive and is seeking to leverage on that, to garner support, why not? And I think that the gentleman is doing very, very well. I watched his video in Asante Mampong yesterday. I was shocked.
They sat down and allowed people
news. The guy is making news. Do you know more than the CPP?
Do you know currently? I'm
shocked. Look,
do you know currently PPP is a third force?
Who told you that?
No, currently I doubt that.
No, wait.
In the last election.
I mean the last election.
Okay, yes, the last election.
The last election, they got more than all the others.
GUM
can be a third force. Jokes aside, GUM can be a third force.
GUM I fear.
Yeah, because you know why? Look, I went to a village somewhere in Takwa. Mommy, I was shocked. I saw that everywhere his posters are there. And he has members of parliament there. When you go,
that is true.
I was on my way
to candidate.
Yes. But I was also members of parliament. Sorry, I was going to the voter region, and then I met.
How many did he find?
I met the Akosomo MP. What's his name? This Akosomo MP for NDC. What's his name?
Akosomo.
Oh, what's his name?
Which constituency is called Akosomo?
The Akosomo area. My brother, you know what I'm talking about. I think so.
Yeah.
The gentleman, what's his name?
Where the lottery man was.
Yeah. So I met him. Thomas. So I met Thomas and I parked, and so we're having a conversation, and then some people came to his car, and then you know what the lady said? The lady said, "Oh, The only person who would disturb you in this constituency is not even the MPP, it's GUM. I was shocked.
It's true.
I was shocked. He said, because the woman said everybody is clamoring for GUM. I said, hey,
at least GUM will get 1%.
Anyway, let's proceed and look at the other issues here. Nigerian looters target government stores. Saka, let me start with you on that one. I think this is just a fallout from the peaceful protest that was embarked upon by the
good. Peaceful protest.
Yeah, very peaceful, very peaceful. All the other things that you saw were sponsored by government.
That's
a fact.
That's your own figment.
No, that's not my own account.
No.
I am giving you.
It is the figment of your.
No, it's not a figment of my own imagination. I am telling you what it is. But
I'm also telling you.
So that is your opinion.
Yes.
So you can stick to your opinion. Let me stick to mine.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But don't condemn. Don't say
I'm
mine
not condemning.
No, you are saying mine is wrong and yours is right. It cannot be.
And
wrong.
you are also saying yours is right.
No, because you said mine was wrong. So let's hear from you. No, we have it here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Kwame.
So let's start on that.
Yeah. So they targeted government
stores.
They targeted government stores. To do what? You see, this is a problem that we have. I have always said that if you want to embark on a protest, and if you want the protest to get the necessary attention that it deserves, you have to be focused. You have to go for the goal. Your eyes must be on the ball. And I think that their eyes was not on the ball. They diverted, or maybe one or two lunatics, or those within the lunatic fringe, got into their mix, and then they caused this problem for them. Because look, I support clearly every demonstration that is just always enhancing, a stronger society. That is ensure that the society becomes more cleaner and better. But when you want to do it in a manner that will be devoid of criticism from other quarters. We have seen Martin Luther King and co. in the 60s embark on peaceful demonstration, non-violent demonstration. They never flip-flop or budge in their inordinate desire to achieve exactly what they were looking for. These people, that is those that were calling for end of SARS. For me, I think that if you want to play the populace, you will support everything that they do because of the sheer numbers, and because they are the civilians, and then everybody was supporting them here and there. But I think that just like when we formed our Operation Vanguard, and they were to ensure that people who engage in illegal galamsey were dealt with, and then they were brought to the book. Because they are human beings, one or two of them might deviate from the stated objective. And those people are the people that must be brought to the book. Not necessarily to disband the whole thing. In the case of SARS, I don't think that, knowing the Nigerian society, it is a very complex society, and therefore needs complex solutions. Look at the name Nigeria have garnered all over the world. Very bad name, unfortunately. Even though we know that this is a very beautiful country, a country that is the envy of all by dint of the fact of their population. The world over, they are revered in that regard. Just like China and India, based on their population. China, for instance, is one of the superpowers, the Security Council. Nigeria is a superpower in Africa, and therefore could leverage on that. But we have hardcore groups or elements within that society that if the fear of God is not put on them, if you do not police such people, to even travel to Nigeria will be a problem. Even domestically, those who live within Nigeria, it will be a problem for them to live peacefully without being, attacked by armed robbers or some criminal element and all that. So this particular SARS was brought in to ensure that people would do not conform to societal norm or to the laws of Nigeria are dealt with. But in the course of events, the SARS operatives, you know, decided to do extrajudicial things. They did any and everything that are condemnable. And therefore, the government needed to take action. And that is the reason why I'm saying that there are individuals within the SARS who were not conforming to the tenets of that operational group. And therefore, those are the people that should have been dealt with. So now, if you disband SARS, and you said, okay, now it's free for all armed robbers can now go and do whatever you want. Or let's allow the traditional policing to take care of it. And it will be very difficult, if not impossible, for the traditional policing to actually deal with the situation the way it's supposed to be done. Now, if even you disband SARS, what will happen is that there will be another body. You have to, you know, carve another operational body that will deal with the matter, or that will deal with the same objective that SARS was formed for. And today, if those people also decide to do what SARS was doing, so there will be a circle of disband A, disband B, disband C, and all that. I would have expected that the government bring to book all the people under the SARS who were extorting, who were doing all the things that were undesirable. They should have brought them to book, incarcerate them, and let them serve as deterrent to any policeman. But to say that, okay, for instance, today, if a policeman does something that is not good, can you just jump to the conclusion that disband police force? You cannot, because for the police force, the objective is good and all that. And to even embark on the demonstration with the preconceived mind or intention of going to loot government stores.
Oh, come on, Saka.
But is that not what the story is saying? And you see, is that not what the story? I'm not the one saying it.
Yeah, but you see,
the story is saying that
that you have given a brief background,
yes,
about what necessitated the need for the protest to occasion.
For the protest, yes.
Occasion. The point is, I mean, of course, I mean, the protest was peaceful from the outset, the very beginning. What made it escalate was the Lekki massacre that happened, where they deliberately put off the light and started shooting into the crowd, right? And others died as a result of same. Now, that is what, you know, escalated, and that made other people also begin to misbehave on the streets. So it is not an isolated situation. It is as a result of the events that led to, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You see,
yeah.
I understand all that, and I know your passion for this SARS and SARS people, because you support them to the hilt, and therefore your mind is so, you know,
I don't have a rigid mental
to whatever that they see.
No, I don't have a rigid mental set about this issue.
No,
I have an open mind, but I just want us to also state the facts and address the issue in respect of the
facts. I'm saying that if you have a legitimate concern, what you do is that you do not, you know, vacillate. You don't add other things to it and jump from one objective to the other. What you do is that you have to copy, like what I said about Martin Luther King and co. in the 60s, when they were embarking on this demonstration for emancipation and all those things. It was very peaceful. In the face of extreme provocation, you never see them veer off their objective of ensuring that it is peaceful. But what these people have done is that one, you know, isolated case of a misbehavior on the part of the demonstrations can mar the whole thing. And that is exactly what we have seen. We have seen a situation where even End SARS, you see placards of all manner of, you know, demands, which to me was so nebulous. For you to say that end corruption, all manner of things that cannot be solved within a day. And it's like they were obfuscating the issues. They brought on board so many complex issues that cannot be solved even within 1 year, that were not even out of the purview of the president. And if you do all these things, one would say that, oh, maybe you are introducing certain elements, certain things that is becoming impossible for the government.
What sparks a revolution?
What so the demonstration was a revolution.
What sparks?
Are you saying?
What sparks a protest? Because you see, I listened to some of the not the leaders, because they said nobody was the leader, but some of the people who were at the forefront of that particular protest make the point that
see, that's the problem. I mean, you can't have demonstration and say that there's no leader.
Hold on.
So who should be held accountable?
Hold on.
For mishaps.
The good people, all of them combined,
right?
Decided to do that.
All of who?
It is not about all the people who partook in that peaceful protest were all leaders.
No, but they must be a leader.
Hold on. The point I'm trying to stress is that they anticipated all of the things that you are talking about.
Yes.
The fact that government was sponsored. In fact, at some point, there's a video evidence to the effect that some of the hoodlums that were released to infiltrate the peaceful protesters were released by government.
And you saw the
there's a video to that effect.
You saw
there's a video to that effect. There's a video to that effect.
I'm asking you. You saw that?
I saw the video. I'm telling you, I've seen the video. All right.
Where is it?
When they went to beat the protesters and then they ran into a V8 that was parking and waiting for them.
And you think that video belongs to
so the point I'm stressing is that no, but you see, in all of these things, government will always want to be vindicated, to say that, well, the reason why we had to initiate the curfew was because we feared that it was going to escalate. So they want grounds for justification, which is fair enough. But to say that the demands of the people was obfuscated as a result of the other demands that they were making.
Other impossible demands?
Other feasible demands. These are demands that they've been making for years, and which demands never caught the attention of government or never met the conscience of government to be addressed. So for me, that was fundamentally an important thing to be addressed, because if you are starting a protest and the protest is gaining grounds, you need to also bring out some of the things that you have been battling with over the period, which things have not been addressed immediately. So, I mean, I find everything wrong what you're saying.
And that is the problem I have. I mean, there should be a specific reason why you are doing demonstration. You people went on a Agbo demonstration at a point. Am I lying?
Agbo. I was part of it. I went.
Yes.
Yes.
We've been on record of going on all manner of demonstrations. I have gone on demonstration against a tariff increase under the NDC government and all that. You cannot be going on demonstration to drum home your disquiet about tariff increase. Then you go and be talking about something else. Then it means that you don't even know what you are talking about, or you don't want your problems to be addressed. And that is exactly what these people did. And when you do that, government cannot also sit down aloof. I'm not justifying whatever brutality that was meted to the demonstrators, but I'm saying that I can now understand the reason why it was haphazardly done, to the extent that people cannot be controlled. Because if nobody is a leader, people can do any and everything, and nobody is there to guide them or to ensure that the rules are followed and all that. So for me, to target government stores is the height of their disorganization. Because government is the one you are asking to do what you are demanding, and government is not some organization or some entity. What you are targeting to destroy is a property of you yourself, because you are part of government. And for anybody to think that let's go and then cause mayhem, let's go and destroy government property, and that can let us have our demand, I think that it was completely out of place and condemnable.
Okay.
But I am happy that eventually the government have come to accept their demand of ending SARS, and even ensuring that the police itself, the police structure itself, is restructured. And I hope that the demonstrators or the Nigerian people themselves would now learn a lot of lessons from the demonstration, so that next time when they are going on any peaceful demonstration, their core mandate must be followed strictly to the letter.
Well, Adia, let me come to you before I go to my before. Adia, please, let's hear from you. End SARS.
End SARS. Good morning to our cherished viewers out there.
Nigerian looters.
And good morning to the leadership of the Convention People's Party. They just went around for mop-up polling station and electoral areas for us to really know the people who are voting for the CPP. I'm sure what's happened in Nigeria, nobody wants that kind of thing to happen to its country. And some of us were of the view that maybe there were some extra or excesses of power when it comes to the police brutalities on the citizen of Nigeria. But you and I know that SARS, and for that matter, special forces or something, anti-armed robbery, anti-robbery squad. You and I know the kind of crime rate in Nigeria when it comes to armed robbery. You see even people in military attacks, they will video them and they will be questioning them. They will tell you maybe they were able to attack a military, maybe on a patrol. That's where they got the uniform and guns and so on and so forth. SARS itself is not bad. Like maybe a law will be in a country and the implementers might sort of abuse that law. I think that is what is happening in Nigeria. As Saka rightly said, you see, if you mix banana and mango, it will be difficult for you to achieve or get the impact of what you want to achieve. It's the brutalities on the Nigerian people that the people were demonstrating against. But when it comes to a situation whereby hoodlums, thieves, looters will take advantage of what is happening and also get involved and cause mayhem. I think that is what happened in Nigeria. That is why maybe if you are having a demonstration, it should be well organized in such a way that we have leaders of the demonstrators who will be controlling the crowd and telling them the do's and don'ts, where to pass and where not to pass. I think we have demonstrators in this country too who have maybe gone across their lines, but I think it was managed in such a way that we didn't see so many casualties. And alhamdulillah, I think after the address of the president, I think they have stopped the demonstration. And those who are part of, should I say, the killers, I mean those who belong to the SARS group, who are found culpable, I think they should sort of punish them. That will even allow the Nigerian people, the demonstrators, to have some comfort. But maybe if there's nobody from SARS, or maybe now they've
disbanded it for now.
No, they have arrested some hoodlums. Maybe they'll be screening, and then they will see who were found guilty. Likewise, the SARS people. Now, if you have disbanded the SARS without maybe apprehending people who took advantage of SARS and committed atrocities on the good people of Nigeria, that is where I have an issue. Disbanding is one thing, but taking action against those who were using somebody say their crutchy powers to inflict hardship, maybe damage to other people in the community, I think that's better. I think dialogue is better than maybe war. I think the people who organize the SARS, look at my favorite actor in Nigeria, Omez or something, that guy who did the Last Barrier. That tall, dark guy who has been walking as if he's wasting. It's one of them. He was attacked, his car vandalized, and so on and so on. This is an innocent person who has been entertaining the Nigerian, or for them, Africa.
Charles Okafor?
No, not Charles Okafor. Okay. I find it difficult to pronounce his name anytime I see him. When as time goes on, so you see, if you have a target, the target is to demonstrate and send signal to the Nigerian authority on what you are not happy about. That shouldn't give you the guarantee to attack government institutions, looting stores. Per the story, me and you are not there. We are just discussing the story as it is being told in the papers. Anything looting is criminal. Will the looting end the SARS? That would rather increase, because police people too will not be standing for you to destroy government properties. If you are demonstrating, don't destroy government property. You are in Rwanda, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen after the war, there was no building that was attacked? Did you realize that?
Yep.
It was the killing, which is not also good. But they didn't attack it because they know at the end of the day, the building is for all of them. All of them will benefit from whatever it is. But as for us, Ghana, Nigeria, they will start pelting stones and maybe destroying properties. Kwame, that one, I don't support it. But I think since peace is returning to Nigeria, it's an eye-opener. It's a lesson for all African leaders. If people don't get a chance to express themselves, if people don't get a chance to feel, to be part of the decision-making, that is what happens. Because if they have people that listen to them, taking their problems into consideration, addressing it, I'm not sure we would have witnessed what's happened in Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Ajam. That 026084659 is the WhatsApp number. Kindly share with us what your thoughts are. I will read them out. Mami Fua, please, let's hear from you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Kwame. And I also take the opportunity to greet all women out there, especially NDC women organizers across the country, and also my boss who is busily contesting. I wish her the very best. Yes, I believe that this whole Nigerian saga is the most unfortunate thing that happened in the sub-Saharan, is it sub-Saharan Africa?
Sub-region, yeah.
Sub-region, yes. For me, it says one thing. It tells me that our youth should be taken seriously. Our youth should be taken seriously. We've reached a certain stage in our politics where the voice of the youth is very loud, because depending on the governance of whichever country it is, they feel the brunt the most, you know, because after school it's so frustrating when you don't have a job to do. Some people graduate from school, and for 5 years after graduating and attaining a degree, they don't have a job. So this whole demonstration started as what they, like I just said, what we are saying what they reported, what they reported as bad governance and massive unemployment. And of course, they were not happy with the way SARS was brutalizing them when they had the opportunity. So it was their way of also coming out to tell the government that enough was enough. We didn't want SARS. It was their way of also letting government to know by their placards and all of that, also letting government to know that there was massive unemployment, do something about it. It was their way of telling government that we are not happy with some of the things that happen. You know, there was no equality in the system. And when those things happen, that is when we experience, you know, forces gathering to protest. So for me, I just believe that it's unfortunate, but it has to be looked at. For me, whatever happens in Nigeria is a reflection to what happens here in Ghana. I also believe that this should be a big lesson for all of us. When people are not happy about something and they are demonstrating, it is not for government or it is not for whichever group to come and cause mayhem, to take lives of people who came out of their homes to innocently demonstrate. They didn't come fighting. They just wanted to express an opinion. They wanted to be heard. And usually when you move in a force like that, you get the attention that you're looking for. And that is why people go out there to go and demonstrate. And I think that our government across the sub-region should take key note of this. They should realize that they are there because of the people. They govern because of the people. You know, so sometimes they should be sensitive, because when you have the youth who are the strongest people in any community at any given time, you know, being indisciplined, not respecting the rules and regulations, it creates problems. For me, I keep saying that today it is Nigeria, tomorrow it could be anybody else. So I'm begging the powers that be that they should take note of what happened in Nigeria they should take it very serious, because as it is now, I mean, nobody wants this country to explode. You don't want to see this in your country. But I am happy that gradually the government of Nigeria is listening to their demands. Like you said, they have suspended the SARS. Is it disbanded or
yeah.
they've disbanded the SARS, and also they are trying to address the problem at hand, which is very important.
Yeah.
I think that when these things happen, how you handle it is also very important, and how it was handled in the beginning was not the best, but I think that gradually they've realized the repercussions, they've realized how bad things can escalate into if it is not curbed, you know. So for me, it has happened. It is not the very best. I just urge all governments or all the powers that be, that it is important that we introduce discipline into our system, especially our security services. There should be some sort of discipline into our security services. You know, as for me, let me relate it to Ghana. I relate it to Ghana in the sense that when it comes to our security services, especially the national security, we have sort of we have some sort of a group of people that have also been engaged in that service. And you ask yourself that what kind of discipline and training have they gone through, because their actions does not tell you that this is a trained, disciplined security agent or the security person. And these are the things that escalate into things. You understand me? And we have elections right the corner. 6 weeks from now, we're going to going to the polls. And I will urge all opinion leaders, I will urge the powers that be, and I would also urge the head of the security services, especially national security, that they should make sure that we do not turn our country into what is happening elsewhere.
Thank you very much, Amifwa, for this delivery. And I think that it is instructive from your narrative that it must not be lost on us the challenges that confronts the Ghanaian, the African youth, because we must draw some lessons from there. You know, but you made mention of the fact that the youth across the continent are at the moment are fearless, you know, and they are very heretic to laws and things like that. Don't you think it's primarily as a result of the fact that on the continent there are no jobs for the average you know, young person? I quite remember, and I think I've said this severally on this platform, that on one of my trips to Kenya, I was on a flight with a South African, and we were engaging ourselves in such a conversation about the unemployment situation on the continent, and he laid claim to the situation that is in South Africa currently, that anytime he drives out from his house, he gets scared because he sees not less than 10 people who are selling either dog chains or they are cleaning their windscreens of cars and things like that. And he describes those people as an army in waiting. And with just a little spark, these people will just engage themselves in, you know, what will end up destroying the country, because they have nothing to lose, really. And so the issue about unemployment, the issue about corruption, brazen corruption, people flagrantly disregarding, you know, a principle of frugality and just engaging themselves in, you know, grandiose expenditure and things like that. People that you live in the communities with, in the next moment you see them buying mansions here and there. When people, like you said, somebody completes the university and 5 years they are at home, they don't know what to do. And a friend of mine, you know, is somebody that I can use and I can cite as an example. After KNUS, the guy sat home for like 10 years, and he just recently got a job. You know, so within that period, what was he doing? And such a person, if for instance he was not strong enough to withstand the pressures that accompanied him staying at home, he would have perhaps, you know, involved himself in something that would have seen him dead by now. So the issue about unemployment is really crucial, and I think that maybe you want to expand on that a little bit. Yeah.
It is Kwame. I think that it is also because, first of all, our leaders have failed to plan properly. There's poor planning in governance. when it comes to our social economic development.
Absolutely.
You know, first of all, every country grows. Every country grows. You know, so no matter what, when one comes into governance, you should project into the future, and you should also analyze. You should project into the future and know what you do for your youth. And you know, every government keeps promising employment, 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 but you ask yourself that the employment they preach, is this sustainable? Is this sustainable? Now we have NAPCO because of unemployment. You ask yourself, how sustainable is that? After that, what happens? There's a young man who stands at the airport traffic lights, who sells books. This young man graduated from Accra Polytechnic with honors, and he has no job. He's been standing at that traffic light for the last about 5 years or 6 years that I've known him. Like you said, they are army in waiting. They are desperate. They're doing anything that they can do. I think that Africa should sit down, or we should sit down as African leaders, you know, and really, really look at our situation and plan. Kwame, I would also like you to know that there are, what is the word? There are foreign influences, okay, that deliberately wants Africa to stay behind, so that they can exploit us. It is for our leaders, you know, to see through this. But because our leaders most of the time are greedy and think of themselves and their family alone, they refuse to see the big picture. If we have an African leader like Kwame Nkrumah, like John Dramani Mahama, who sees the big picture, do you understand me? That we must develop our institutions. We must make sure our institutions are strong. We must develop as a country. You understand me? Develop the various sectors. I mean, if a country like Ghana, we should have a whole university for agriculture. We should be able to grow, eat and be full, and export the rest to some other countries. Agriculture alone should have been it for us. You understand me?
Yeah.
There is so much that we can do as a people.
Yeah.
But we always refuse to look at the big picture. We are always looking at what will benefit us right now.
Okay, I think this is a conversation we can engage ourselves in for hours, because the material conditions of the people continue to dwindle, and we are not doing anything about it. There's another school of thought that says that you looked at the bigger picture, you know, which has to do with the global influences, but there's another school of thought that also looks at the sectorial influences, primarily our politics, and how we always continuously want to keep people impoverished so we take advantage of them. There's also that conversation, that it's a deliberate attempt to ensure that people are always dependent on government, because when the people become free, they win themselves of the influences that government has over them, then they will begin to rationally think about the things that will directly benefit them. There's a saying that a hungry person does not take decisions that benefit the whole. A hungry person takes a decision that benefits him and what he can get immediately. So they fail to look at that bigger picture you're referring to, but also, most importantly, the influences that governments always, you know, want to have on the people so they can take advantage of them. It's also very crucial, and I've read a little bit about that as well, and that gave birth to, you remember, the African peer review mechanism and our attempt to bring about poverty alleviation and all of those other projects and things like that. So maybe we can have this specific conversation going into the future. Well, if you just tuned in, you're watching the News Preview segment here on Pan-African Television. Let me remind you again that the WhatsApp number is active. It's 0260846539. Our panelists have dealt quite extensively with End SARS protest in Nigeria and the aftermath of same, the fact that some Nigerian looters have targeted government stores. I saw a rather very interesting but very thought-provoking video circulating the rounds on social media, where some of the looters were sharing what they stole with the people who beg on the streets of Nigeria. That, for me, told me something. It hit me hard, and it communicated something to me that, look, it goes to the heart of the problems that the people of Nigeria are facing. The fact that in their own estimation, government officials were hoarding Indomie when the people on the streets were hungry. So they stole the things and went to give to the beggars on the street. That sends a bigger message. What's the definition of stealing?
But if you steal, no matter what.
Yeah, but government was supposed to give those Indomie and things, the rice and things like that, to the people during the lockdown in Nigeria.
So the Indomie was meant
hold on.
No,
what? That is stealing too.
Eulogize criminality.
What is criminality?
No.
Criminality.
No.
Are you a competent court?
I've just said that.
No, hold on.
Stole.
Hold on.
And it's just like saying that.
But government also stole from the people.
I took a corrupt.
Saka. Government stole from the people. The government stole from the people. The government stole from the people.
Stealing.
Their stealing is different from the government stealing. But
they are all armed robbery.
They are all. This is armed robbery.
If the armed robbers, what an armed robber go and rob,
what government does?
Decides to give the money to the poor.
Saka.
Will you applaud him?
Saka. What government does? Is that
so, so you are just armed robbery now.
Hold on. I'm saying that what government does is not. It's more than. If what these people have done is Robin Hoodism. Yeah. That's better. What government does is not even Robin Hoodism. Government steals from the people. Government steals from the evidence to that. Hold on.
You see, you don't have any evidence to show that government steal from the people.
Hold on. At least these people stole from the rich and give to the poor.
Which rich?
Government steals from the poor and gives to the rich. Which one is better?
So it's good to
my brother.
You are justifying armed robbery here.
Well, if that's your interpretation, if that's what
so if an armed robber today
did I mention
and give part of the money to the poor?
What is robbery? Are you to determine what robbery
if you use if you
did the people go there with arms? Did you see them with
of course
with of course. So you saw them. Did you see them with guns?
I saw them.
Where did you see them?
Nigeria.
Have you seen the video?
Why? I saw the video.
I was the one telling you about the video. Where did you see it?
I saw the video.
Where did you see? Which platform did you see the video on?
So if you don't,
I'm asking you which platform did you see the video on?
I use brute force.
You use pen
with that arm.
You use pen to steal from the people.
To steal your money.
That's why they call you people Sakawa.
So I'm not an arm robber.
That's why they call you people Sakawa. So we'll
Which
get.
people they call it?
You
are the people calling us Sakawa. You people are the people calling us Sakawa.
I changed Sakawa myself.
You are the people calling us Sakawa. You are part of those who calling us so.
Well, are you Sakawa?
I am not, but you
absolutely. So why do you describe somebody as an armed robber when the person is not? You're also Sakawa.
No, if the person is robbing some people and you are here praising them.
But why you two? They said you are Sakawa because you are stealing the state money. That one there you bought. Sakawa people. A double job Sekufano accuses him of failing to fulfill campaign promises. Some be this. Some be this. Aja. Let's hear from you.
It should have been Saka because that is that is their party.
Why?
Because,
is that
no, I'm not the moderator, but
you want to defer to Saka to start because it's his party.
So I have to open the.
You want to muddy the waters, muddy the lake and the rivers and everything.
Well, let me talk. You see, if you are going to discuss issues, as we all promise that our campaign should be issue-based. But if you start bringing personality in and describing them, I was not happy even when, during the NDC era, we're talking about family and friends, government and what have you. Kwame, if somebody is capable, if somebody is qualified to occupy a position, I can be the president, the person can be my son or daughter. I will appoint the person based on the person's capabilities. Because if it's anything at all, let's be honest and sincere with ourselves. Today, NDC, CPP, we are all in opposition. Yeah. Okay? I'm just the immediate past chairperson of the party. My brother is the Upper East Regional Chairman. So when the CPP comes to power today, we shouldn't appoint him if I'm the president because he's my Hajj's brother. He's not the chairman of Upper East. He's not working for the Convention People's Party. So I think if people are capable of doing something, let's allow. And he veered into mentioning names that if you go to the Jubilee House, you hear Nu, you hear this thing, you only hear a particular, which is, I think, is a tribal sentiment. That Ghanaians, as somebody who is a member of the Convention People's Party, I condemn it in a certain time because we are all Ghanaians. That's why me, wherever I go and they ask me what tribe I am, I'm a Ghanaian. If we have this Ghanaian patriotism in us, we don't really care whether Kwame Owusu Danso is the host of the Good Morning Africa on this TV, and his father-in-law is Kwesi Pratt, his wife is Ama Pratt, and then maybe they are associated with a political party. Then now, if that political party is in power and get Kwame on board, Ama on board, Kwesi Pratt, they sort of is family and friends. Meanwhile, they worked their way through. Are you with me? So I think people, if they are getting to their last descent in politics, they should try and retire honorably in such a way that people will respect them. Do you understand? But if you do certain things that will get people coming after you, my own uncle, I'm not happy with the way he went. He said he's not NDC, he's not MPP. He's joining his brother, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, to campaign. Fair enough. Nobody can stop you from campaigning with whosoever you want to campaign, because I thought maybe he has an enchromized kind of background. He would have come to support his alien party, that's the convention people, or even PNC. You know, he was in PNC. So I think people should try and contain some difficulties. Let me tell you, Kwame, some of us, we are champions. We are champions. Look at what we are going through. Opposition, how many years? We've not tasted power, but we have really kept faith with our party. We are there. But some people, small page, you know, the acrobatics. Yeah. Somersault to this place and somersault to this place. Even if you are joining a political party to campaign based on issue and tell the people what you think you can do. But if you were a member of parliament, you came to electoral area, they didn't vote for you. So which means you are sort of reducing when it comes to political popularity. So if it's me, if I'm John Mahama, in fact, I'd rather, to be honest with you, distance myself from, because you see, the situation whereby we see people from other political parties joining us. Mamiesi Efua is here suffering for NDC. There's somebody who just come from a CPP, and then that person is the front liner because the person has come from another political party. Then you take the person like how do you call it?
Talk to them, Freddie Blake. Talk to them.
Oh, you can't mouse photo. Again, Freddie Blake. Don't let it spoil my morning, I beg you.
Oh, sorry, Adia.
I beg you, let me flow.
I take it back.
Let me flow.
I take it back.
And in November, I'm going to flow.
Like the way Saka has not been given any appointment. Meanwhile, Saka has been working.
You see, you see,
how do you know
for me, there's nothing wrong with crossing carpets. But if you are going to cross the carpet and you are going to say certain things, say it in such a way that people, because I'm not happy with, if you go to Jubilee House, you hear names like, what was it, Nuhu, Ibrahim, Buguri. It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. Haven't you been to a flax?
Yeah,
you see. So if you see, so if you bring that angle, you defeat the argument you are even trying to make. If there are promises that His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo did and he didn't fail, look at Zebila. Look at the places that you think some development should have come and it did not come. Just 3-4 days ago or something, we also saw the Zebila constituency MP showcasing what he did in Zebila. Meanwhile, you are also there. You've been a member of parliament for that. So I think I'm for development.
All right.
If an NDC MP is doing well, I'll say it. If an MPP MP is doing well, I'll say it. But the CPP candidate would have done better.
Thank you. Because
if you look at what Samia Yaban Nkrumah did in Jomoro, if you calculate the number of years people were in parliament in Jomoro, they never did that. But unfortunately, unfortunately, give me water. You see, because I even mentioned
it's a bit cold.
Okay. Unfortunately, she's not contesting on our ticket again.
Why?
I don't
convince
know.
her. She's your friend.
I've done my best.
She's your friend. Convince her. She will understand.
No, she's my sister, not just a friend. It's most unfortunate. If she had listened to some of us when she lost the flag bearership, I'm not sure would have been find it difficult for even the campaign that we are facing now. Maybe she should have been our flag bearer. You know, if you go for something you don't get, don't just give up. When I was a woman organizer, I lost. I didn't go anywhere. I came with a full force, first vice. My attempt for chairmanship, I was rejected. But do they know what I'm coming for the next time? God, only God knows. So in fact, patience moves mountain. I'm not happy she left the party because even though it's not hereditary or it's a monarchy or how do you say that, it's a family of no.
Hegemony.
But I think she should have stayed with them. So Kwame, if people are moving from one place to another, they should do it in such a way that people will not get, because now you are campaigning with, he said, oh, anyway, maybe, who knows? Maybe he's targeting something. He has dreamt about something and he can get it in the NDC. Even though he said he's not a member of the NDC. He's only coming to campaign with his brother, which is good. But in campaigning with your brother, don't invite jabs on your brother. You understand my point? Don't even invite insults for you yourself. What I'm not happy about the whole thing is that he shouldn't bring tribalism in the whole thing.
All right.
We don't believe in that.
All right.
If not, I wish him well on his campaign. But it's about
But he should resign honorably.
no, because if
I just said, if you want to resign honorably.
Retire honorably.
Retire honorably. Aja, thank you very much. So, I think now let me bring in Saka. Saka, let's hear from you.
I associate myself fully with all the things I just said. I think that unfortunately, Mr. Ndebugri wants to still remain relevant, even in retirement. That is quite unfortunate. And to do so using tribalism, I think that is unfortunate. If you look at all the things that he said, that he neither belongs to MPP nor NDC. We know him to be partially MPP. And one would have thought that he will remain so and then still have his relevance intact. You know, but to say that you neither belong to either political parties and that you are here to only support your brother. You know, Kwame, the operative word here is brother.
Yeah.
It means that you are supporting your brother as against development, as against policies, as against your political ideology. And then you jump and then go to say that in the Flagstaff House, you only hear of Akan names. You don't hear of northern names anymore. That is tribalism. And somebody worth his salt, I mean, who have grown and then and gained a lot of experience to have engaged in these twisted tribal predilections. I think that, to me, is quite unfortunate. Because he's somebody that some of us used to like a lot because of his controversial nature. Highly controversial. And some of us, you know, like people like that. But I beg to differ when you want to, you know, veer us into the realm of tribal bigotry. That one, we will not buy it. We will not follow you to that route, you know, through that route. And for me, I think that when he says that the president have not fulfilled his promises, and he mentioned one or two and said that the president have not fulfilled. I mean, if you look at this president in the annals of the Fourth Republic, or even since Ghana became independent, within 4-year period, no government has achieved as much as this government has achieved. This is not debatable. This government, within a 4-year period, I'm not talking about 8-year period. If you look at all the things that your mama said that he has achieved, a lot of them started under Professor Mills. Some of them even started under J. Kufuor. You talk about the University of Ghana Medical School. Who doesn't know that it started with Professor Mills, who even cut the sword? The funding and everything. I mean, even the university itself started it. But today, he has appropriated it to himself. And for you to now want to compare these two governments, like I've always said, that when you talk about development, or maybe even infrastructure is not like a piece of cake. that you go and buy and cut. That one, it has stages. It has processes that you have to follow. You follow from, first of all, funding, from funding to site, from site to drawing, from drawing to all manner of things. Even before you start to put brick and mortar together. And by the time the edifice is standing and asking the eye of the beholder, a lot of years would have taken place. And you don't expect a government of 4 years to just come and all of a sudden, a decree a building or wish a building, then the building will just come. No, it has to take time. So when people talk, we haven't seen your infrastructure, you are now cutting soils and all those things. I mean, I think they don't know what they are talking about. Leonardo cannot just come in 2017 and within that same 2017 cut sword, because you need to take time to go and look for money. By the time you look for money, 2 or 3 years would have elapsed, and then you now go into the building proper. So what is it? What are they talking about? Not fulfilling promises. They talk about family and friends. Family and friends, really? Didn't they see what happened under John Dramani Mahama, where a brother was more or less like a prime minister, where a brother even after they lost power. We saw what happened at the ports. About 44 different checks, bad checks, could not be honored. Where even courts had to overturn some of their obnoxious contracts that they gave. That he gave. After you had lost power, you gave 80 billion of our bauxite to your brother, and it had to take the Supreme Court to overturn it, and all that. Then you come and say that family and friends. Today, like Hajia was trying to say, our own Gabriela, Gabriela Tete, she has three or so sisters, and you cannot say that Hannah Tete is working harder than Gabriela Tete in the NDC. Gabriela is almost everywhere on this program. She has become a regular panelist here every day. She goes everywhere. She's doing her bit. She's doing her own things to ensure that the NDC come to power. Her other sister is also standing in Awutu East. Or where is that place?
Yeah.
Yes. And if they win power, and God forbid that they win power, and then they are given positions, then somebody will go and stand somewhere and say that, oh, you see Hannah Tete, you see Gabriel Tete, you see, what is the other name, the other sister who is contesting? Gisela Tete and all that. I mean, and exactly what is happening under the MPP. You see people who have sacrificed their whole life campaigning and sponsoring the MPP to come to power. The Gabis, even Gabi is not even holding an official government position. The Ken Oforiatta. I remember even when we were in opposition, Ken Oforiatta even had to use her business, her own business, to defray part of MPP debt that we owe and all that. And today, after sponsoring the party to come to power, and he is given a position to occupy, then somebody will say that, oh, family and friends.
Saka.
You see, Kwame, I am saying there has not been a single person that has been given a position that do not deserve it. You can say that I worked hard and I have not been given position. That one is a different thing altogether. And I did not even tell anybody that I was looking for position.
Oh, so you don't want?
No,
Okay,
not that I don't want.
To be where you
No, not that I don't want. If I get, I would like. But I've not searched, for it to that extent that people are talking about. But I'm saying that those that have gotten, let nobody say that, oh, it is because is a close associate with the president. We have not seen those people. Let me re-emphasize that Ndebuguri can do whatever he wants to do. He can say whatever, he can criticize the president, he can criticize whatever. But he should stop his twisted, tribal predilections. That one, I will not go down or help him with that. We are tired. We are sick. It's becoming sickening. We are sick and tired of all these tribal things that people want to introduce into our body politics. You can do whatever. I mean, like I just said, if you are on retirement, stay retired in your retirement and rest. Other than, you know, all over the place shouting and then try to, you know, make yourself relevant. I think that it will even make you more irrelevant, because the things that you are saying do not go down well with people.
What do you understand by "I won't operate a family and friends government in Ghana"? The flag bearer of the new patriotic party, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, said on Saturday at the time, 2015 I believe, that he would run a transparent and accountable government if elected into office in November. Addressing party supporters at a fundraising event organized by the MPP in Kumasi, Nana Addo said his wife Rebecca would not be in charge of the distribution of contracts in his administration. My wife will not be in charge of the distribution of contracts in this country. She would never distribute contracts in the country, he said, adding, "I won't operate a family and friends government in Ghana, and I can assure that every person in the country would have his fair share of the national cake." He called on the members of the public to have confidence in him and entrust the nation's resources into his hands for efficient use. So if somebody says, "I will not operate a family and friends government in Ghana," what do you understand?
Yeah, I mean, it's clear. I mean, you don't need to have extraordinary IQ to understand what it means. Like,
I don't.
No, but you should understand.
I have extraordinary IQ, but I don't.
So let me explain.
Educate me.
Let me explain to you. He did not say that he won't operate. He won't appoint close relatives to his government. He did not say so. But he said that he will not operate a family and friend government. This means that, you see, when he was even talking about he will not allow his wife to be the one giving contract and all those things, it was an aspersion he was casting on the former first lady.
Do you have evidence to the fact that former first lady was?
Yeah. He was all over the place. He himself will never deny that.
You have evidence?
Yeah. There's evidence to that.
Where?
Oh, please. She was all over the place.
Don't come and make fleeting comments.
Listen.
Don't make fleeting statements on my show. Do you have evidence?
Why? Look at the authority with which he said these things.
No, I want to know, because I will not allow you. No, you can't make. You can't. I won't allow you.
That is true.
I am asking you a question. Hold on, with the grace of respect to you. Let's respect ourselves and the viewers. You sat here and you have made emphatic statement, and I was listening to you closely, where you bastardized the giving of contracts to Ibrahim Mahama, but for the intervention of the court to overturn that decision. You sat here right now and said it was wrong for Mahama to have given the Yenahim bauxite deal to Ibrahim Mahama.
Yeah, at
and
that
I'm
time.
asking, at the time.
Which was wrong.
And I'm saying, which in your estimation was wrong.
No, in the estimation of the court.
In the estimation of the court, why did the court say it was wrong?
No, the court said because it was unholy.
How was it unholy?
Listen.
So, hold on.
They were
so, on the basis of that. On the basis of that.
They did not
on the basis of
lay down rules.
On the basis of that, you say.
They did not go through
this, I'll say what I want to say. I'll say what I want to say. I'll ask you the question I want to ask.
Yeah.
That on the basis of that, you and your political apparatchiks have.
On the basis of what?
On the basis of the singular contract that I was given to Ibrahim.
Not singular contract.
Hold on.
A lot of them.
Fantastic. You
remember the Odo the Sultan dredging?
Was it a contract?
No, but it was not free.
Was it a contract?
He had a check, and that check was banded around by
Was it a contract?
Yes.
You have the contract agreement.
And you see, what even made it
okay, fine.
was the fact that he was using government.
Granted all
government. A track.
Saka, let's have
the government tracks with its own logo.
Saka, let's have a decent show.
And are taking money.
Saka, let's have a decent show.
Two checks that were presented to the Ghanaian people.
Let's have a decent show. Let's have a decent show.
We are having.
Granted that all that you are saying is true.
It is not granted. It is true.
Granted that it is true.
Yeah, it is true.
And I'm saying that you, on the basis of that, said that former President Mahama was giving contracts to his family and friends. Is that not what you said?
Even just
on the basis of that.
Oh no.
And you hold on.
One of the bases.
Saka, let's have a show. Let's have a show.
As one of the bases.
I'm asking you a question. You are just to answer my questions. If you don't want to answer, you can move from there. But I want to ask you this question. You, on the basis of that, pontificated that John Dramani Mahama was involved in family and friends business of governance. That's what you people said. And on the basis of that assertion, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo in 2015.
On the basis, you see. Your premise is even wrong.
My brother,
what
premise is wrong?
That
you said on the basis of your assumption that John Dramani Mahama
gave one of the bases. You just gave one of the bases.
You have sat here and admitted that John Dramani Mahama gave several contracts to Benjamin.
Yes.
And I'm saying that on the basis of that.
On the basis of those.
You don't understand English. On the basis of the statement that you have made. How do I say those statements that you have made?
I have not even finished the basis.
And I'm saying that on the basis of whatever it is that you have said and you want to say.
On those bases. There are so many bases.
On the basis of that which I'm a law student. I'm talking. Listen to me.
Oh, please.
On the basis of on the basis of that which you have said,
yes,
and that which you intend to say,
yes,
indicated that former President Mahama was involved in family and friends business, and President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo stated clearly. This was a very clear statement that he made, that he was not going to operate a family and friends business. What is your understanding of that? That's the point I want to make. That's the question I'm asking you, and I'm submitting to you, that you and your party have been engaged directly or indirectly in family and friends business, even worse than what you accuse former President Mahama.
I said that this is not true. I have heard Sami Jemfi made all manner of unverifiable lies about this whole thing. And first of all, you said that what I said, what I alluded to by evidence of the contracts and all those things that John Mahama gave the brother, of which a court of competent jurisdiction has overturned. He was engaged in family and friend business. And you think that it was too, small a problem to have qualified to be the reason why we should call that family and friends?
You described that as family and friends, right?
Yeah, it was.
Who were the people behind PDS?
It was.
Who were the people behind PDS?
A lot of people were behind.
Who were the people behind it?
A lot of people were behind PDS.
Was Gabi part of the PDS?
A lot of. Well, I mean, I'm
asking you a question. Was Gabi part of the PDS?
I don't know whether he was part of PDS.
Who are the people behind Ajapa deal?
Who are the people behind?
Yes,
Ghana is behind Ajapa.
Ghana is, who are the persons who are behind the company set up to run the Ajapa deal?
No. The company set out to run the Japan deal is purely Ghana, and we are yet to even.
Who are the stakeholders? Who are the stakeholders?
The board, they are going to appoint the board of directors.
Who are the stakeholders?
I'm saying that there will be board of directors.
Enterprise Insurance belongs to who?
Oh, but why I mentioning
I'm asking you questions.
But is it Enterprise Insurance that is handling Ajapa?
No, I'm asking you questions.
Oh, you're asking questions with a basis.
Why?
I
moved from PDS. No, I'm establishing the basis for saying that.
You're only asking questions.
I'm establishing the basis. No, I'm establishing the basis for telling you that you are more involved in family and friends business, worse than Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And I cited PDS as one of the examples. I've cited another example, which is the PDS, and I'm citing another example which has to do with enterprise insurance. You are not listening to me. You are not listening to me.
When you brought this,
and it's a shame you are not listening to me.
No, listen.
You are more intelligent than that. So let's have an intellectual conversation.
Let the listeners listen to us.
Yes.
When you talk of the PDS, do you know the reason why the PDS matter, was disbanded?
Because red flags were raised.
No.
By the NDC.
No, please.
By the NDC.
I am saying NDC.
No due diligence from your end.
Listen to me.
Don't come and
listen to me.
Don't talk to me as if I don't know.
Any red flag.
So you raised your own red flag.
Yes.
And you went to abandon
NDC never knew.
After it was in the public domain.
Please.
After it was in the public domain.
If you can prove to me, NDC never raised anything substantial about
what red flags did you yourself
listen.
No, so
what happened was that when the matter was
I'm not even talking about Japa, forget it.
I'm talking about PDS.
I'm not talking about PDS.
So now when you say we are not talking about,
I'm not caught. I just don't want to belabor anything. I don't want to belabor.
PDS was the ECG themselves.
I don't want to belabor anything.
That on earth all
you people 250 million. Where is the 150 million?
Oh, look at this.
Where is it?
150 million for what?
The collections that you guys made. Your people. When you
collection for what?
When you guys set up the PDS for the purposes of collecting revenues for on behalf of the government of Ghana, where is that money?
150, and you know that it's 150 million.
Where is it?
You know that it's 150 million.
You don't know that.
I mean, how can you just throw? Where is your source?
You are.
Where's your source, Kwame?
Saka.
Where's your source?
Saka, are you a Ghanaian?
Are you a Ghanaian? Where is your source?
No, I'm asking. Are you a Ghanaian? Genuinely,
just tell me this is your source.
Do you care about
that? PDS took 150 million.
Have you ever cared about Ghana?
I will ask you that
because I'm surprised.
You know, I'm
that you are deliberately.
Kwame. I'm surprised about the. Where
anyway,
is the evidence to show that PDS took 150 million?
Anyway,
you see, this is not the first time.
You see,
this 150 million thing has been banded around by detractors of government.
Detractors
and nobody has been able to give us a source or a verifiable reason why that person thinks that
the persons who were involved in the PDS, though, did they come out to deny that figure?
They should come out and deny.
Did they come out and deny?
And deny from you?
Did they come out to deny
that
they never indeed collected 150 million?
Yeah, they collected money, but I'm saying that money you don't even know how much it is.
So they should come and disagree and
throw everything there.
Disprove.
You throw everything and then ask them to come.
When you were making your frivolous allegation, you went to court. Truth and Accountability Forum. When you went to court,
and you think that
were there any basis for which you went to court?
You are also making
but you as a Ghanaian, went to court and make those pronouncements.
Also go to court and make those don't come and sit here and make those baseless.
Well, my court is the public court and make my court is the court of public opinion. I ask the questions, and I'm saying that we pose several questions to these people to come out and deny whether or not indeed they did not accept 150 million on behalf of the state. They never came out to deny it. And I'm saying on the basis of that was a corruptible act, which is why it is part of the many corrupt related matters that have been an albatross around your neck. But let's move forward from there. Let's move on from there, Saka. Because you see, if you are seeking to justify an act, you must justify that act knowing that you are sacrosanct in that regard and you are never going to involve yourself in an act that will be similar to that which you are condemning. Because in this particular administration, we can confidently say that the persons who are involved in the running of Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo's administration are related to him, closely related to him, and can be described as family and friends. Do you deny that?
Well, I mean, we have few people who are related to the president. And no. Few people who are related to the president. Few people. The Asante Bediatu, and co. I mean, few of them. But you see,
Mamifa, respectfully, Saka is trying to give me headache. Let me focus on this guy.
You see, you want to focus on
I'm focusing on you. No, mostly when I'm making a submission, I don't listen, but today I'm listening. Go ahead.
Oh, you don't listen?
No, go ahead.
So I'm saying, every government have one time or the other appointed one or two people within the nuclear family to be part of the government or the governing process.
Which every government?
Every government.
Which one? JJ Rollins never had any family.
JJ, the mother was in charge of the eateries. Yeah, at the castle. So don't go there. So
the mother was even there before JJ himself.
So the mother was there, and then
the mother was there.
So the mother was there.
The mother was there before JJ himself was born.
But the mother was not there.
But he didn't employ the mother.
So what is your problem?
He did not employ the mother.
I need to come to you.
No, but it doesn't mean that no. If that were the case, if it was wrong when he came, he would have changed the mother. He would have changed the matter by saying that it will be conflict of interest. You get what I'm saying? But I'm saying, you see, I'm not indicting you. I'm saying, nobody has any evidence to show that this government is replete with family and friends. You see, and those people that they even call family people, if you interrogate them well, they are only close associated by dint of the fact that they are MP people.
Shut up.
Or sometimes because they are also Achem people. Then somebody will jump to that conclusion that they are family. You see, the same way, if you take John Dramani Mahama government and you see the Mukhtari, George Bauer and co.
Who else?
You see
who's the co?
Oh, I mean they go include who? You know, even Anatete. It's a relative to John Dramani Mahama. I'm telling you, you don't even know. They are relatives.
Relatives?
Yeah.
Blood relations.
Massa, you don't know. You don't know the tribe. You don't know.
They're all ones.
Yeah, they are ones. You don't know what you are talking about. So, Kwame.
The Mahama is my relative because I'm also God.
So that was. And let me even tell you. Even Ibrahim Mama alone, let's even granted that he was even the only one in his government who was not even given an official position. But the things that he was doing, then the wife, the things that they were doing, were more than even somebody having 20 or 30 people as
anyway, Saka, thank you very much. Mamifa, let me come to you. Saka, today
that was an interesting and long debate.
Somebody say, Saka, today you came, I came. Oh dear Lord. Okay.
Come today, there you have done well for the NDC party.
Oh, what have they done?
You are just speaking the truth.
No, mommy, please, please.
Anyway, so I think that Ndebugri had to let people know that Nana Akufo-Addo, okay, who is the president of this country, has created a big mess, and the mess is everywhere. First of all, collapsing the financial institutions. I mean, creating already we have crisis when it comes to employment. Then you make sure that at the end of the day, nobody. I mean, you've collapsed the middle class of this country by collapsing all the banks, the financial institutions, microfinance, and just keeping Kenoforiado's bank and empire.
Who is Kenoforiado?
You know, I think it's
yeah, you know, that is
you can say
Kenoforiado's banks and empire. You know. First of all, let me also say that Saka, the crisis in this country is unbelievable. Maybe because you are in NPP, you are eating and you've forgotten that the other people.
Saka is hungry, Saka is hungry.
People's pockets are very, very dry. The market women are complaining. The high taxes, the high, you know, when you go to market, I'm sure Aja would bear me out. When you go to the market, no matter how much money you have, you don't seem to cover your list. Everything is so damn expensive. Drivers are complaining. Fuel prices keep rising. You understand me? The Apostle Kai.
How much is the fuel price?
Apostle Kai. Those who import what do you call it? Spare parts are also crying. The taxes are killing them. You see, they won't cry. They wouldn't have been crying if the president hadn't said that he was going to cancel taxes. He was going to, but you see, he lied to them.
Finally,
we have realized that everything that it's not that the president doesn't know what he's doing. He just keeps lying upon lying, and it is unfortunate. It is very, very unfortunate. He came and said that one district, what?
Okay. Okay.
One district, one factory. Where is it?
Today, Saka did not come to play.
Where is it? One constituency, 1 million. You are rather cutting sword for public toilets and all sorts of things.
Where
you know, and that's what you guys are doing. That's what the MPP are doing.
Where did it
and also, when it comes to the friends and family, I think that the debate that went on here explains all of it. Ndebugri is only a Ghanaian, and he feels for the Ghanaian. He is entitled to his opinion, and I think that many will agree to his opinion. His opinion is that he is disappointed in the president. He is disappointed in the kind of governance that we're going through now. People are suffering. The promises he made, the promises that brought him into power, he has not been able to fulfill it. And this is the kind of what do you say? That is why he is complaining. That is why he's saying that even though he's trying to stay in the background, he cannot help himself but come out and support John Dramani Mahama campaign because of the lies of this current government or this current president, who happens to be Nana Akufo-Addo. I think that the youth of this country, okay, when somebody is a president, the youth of this country is very critical about the person because we're looking for role models. We're looking for people we can emulate. We're looking for people that we can admire. But we cannot emulate or admire or you know, admire people that do not tell the truth. They come making promises and they are not able to fulfill the promise. We have 6 weeks to elections, and he's now cutting sword to projects that he's yet to start. I mean, what kind of a government is this? And this is the same government that criticized the previous government when we had already put projects in place. We had our green book telling you what we have done. Today, we can touch, feel, go into the projects. The projects that you said, they were mere pictures, they were illustrations. Now you are going around with pictures to constituencies, to districts, telling them that this is what you are yet to do for them. And they are not happy. Everybody sees through you. You go to communities and they hoot at you and they tell you that you are coming to lie to them again. They will not allow you to lie to them. I mean, how can the president reduce his office to this? I mean, how can he reduce his office like that? So as for me, I believe that Ndabugri knew what he was saying, or he knows what he's talking about.
Right.
He's a Ghanaian and he has every right to join whoever he wants to join to support in campaigning.
Right.
But you join somebody because you believe in that person. And John Dramani is the man to go.
He joined him because he's his brother.
John Dramani Mahama is the man at the moment. He's the man who has a proven track record. He's the man who will come and fix our educational sector for us. He's the man who will come and fix our health sector for us. He's the man who has done it before and can do it again. The mess you have created now, he's the man who can come and clean it up.
Thank you very much, Mami Efua Sechiedu. And let me remind you that I'm seeing your messages. I'm going to read as many as I can here on the show. But finally, let's discuss 30,000 disqualified for flouting electoral laws. And I want to start with Mami Efua on this one, please.
Well, first of all, I think that
They deserve to be
they do what?
They deserve to be disqualified.
No. The thing is that there's been some mishaps. There's been some electoral malpractices when it comes to this whole electoral commission thing. And NDC is one person that right from the beginning we had complained. We had seen the problems. We told the electoral commission, we warned them. We told them that most of the leaders are new. And we told them that it will be good for them to take advice from the experienced hands. But they refused. They go all this far, making all these mistakes, and then come back and say that 30,000 people will be disqualified. As for me, I think that the incompetence should start with the Electoral Commission. It shouldn't even have happened in the first place. That is my thought. It shouldn't even have happened in the first place.
Right.
How many commissioners haven't we had in this country? And which commission came and said that 30,000 good people will be disenfranchised? What kind of commission is this? Do they know what they are doing? Do they understand why they are there? Do they know how serious it is to disenfranchise people? Why did they even allow it in the first place? They were warned, they were told. Now, if we hadn't come to tell you that, look, we have realized that even our running mate came to complain that her number, or her number was not what it is.
Yeah.
You understand me? We've had a number of our party people complaining. We've had others complaining that, there's been so many duplicity. What did they do? They spent so much money making mistakes and spent so much money correcting the damage. I mean, with the incompetence of Electoral Commission is what we see today. 30,000 Ghanaians will be disenfranchised. I think it's very unfortunate.
Thank you. Saka.
Yeah, I think that Mami Efua was just,
Stop your talk and stop Mami Efua. Stop your talk. Do your presentation.
I think she didn't understand the what happened.
I didn't understand what happened.
You don't understand.
You don't even understand when Rollins's mother was employed and was retired.
Oh, okay.
Let alone Electoral Commission.
Okay. But still, the point is still...
Saka.
The 30,000, it is not because NDC or somebody told the Electoral Commission something. It is the people who did multiple registration and they were caught.
So the people themselves went to do multiple registration?
Yeah, they themselves. Nobody went there on their behalf. And then those and then those who went there and the age, they did not reach the age of 18.
Saka,
No,
you listen.
No, no, you let me finish. You right. You right in there.
Now let's Saka make before. Saka, please.
You see, and then there were non-Ghanaians, and these people were challenged. And in the challenge, they were given opportunity to defend themselves. They went there, they could not defend themselves, and these names have been expunged from the register. This has nothing to do with NDC telling MPP anything or the Electoral Commission. This number even shows that the Electoral Commission is highly competent. It shows that the Electoral Commission knows exactly what they are doing. That you cannot lie your way into the register. Whoever you are, if you think that you can go and then pose yourself in multiple, identity to come and vote, you will be caught. And that is exactly what happened. The Electoral Commission has decided to, expunge them, and then they will take even time before they will even be allowed to do registration. And I think that for me, that is the most important thing. So there are some people who think that they can use every means, illegitimate means, to get their names into the register. I even understand sometimes some of them even go and then have a different haircut, pose and go to a different police station and that time somebody will say that, oh, it was a biometric register. Why didn't the register detect at that point?
Exactly my point.
No, but and the explanation will come. Your point is baseless. The explanation.
Everybody's point is baseless.
Yeah,
your point is holds water.
The commission invested in that biometric.
Oh, listen.
And the whole idea was
They cost financial
losses. If you come and register twice, it should be even noticed
to
at
detect.
the
It cannot be noticed there.
Go ahead.
It cannot be noticed at the poll because when they do the registration, it's always offline. It is that is the point. Then after that, then they will then transmit what have been registered onto the online. So that is where they will now get it, and that is the reason why even under the NDC we did what do you call it, biometric registration under the NDC. Am I lying? The biometric registration, first of all, it has to go through stages. When you do multiple registration, it's first of all the registration starts with offline, and it is after that that they will do the deduplication. The deduplication is not done at the point of registration. So please, the Electoral Commission once again have vindicated us of their competence.
Okay, thank you.
And the NDC is once again
has been put to shame.
Oh, I've been put to shame, and they are all over the place.
Thank you very much.
Representing the disqualified people.
I think.
All right, thank you.
I think this is not about NDC, MPP.
Oh,
CPP. It's about the competence of Jim Mensah and her team. Ask me why.
Why?
Early this year, we were at which hotel was that? I think that's the Indom Hotel or something. For
Coconut Grove.
Either Coconut Grove or Alisa Hotel, one of the two. When the technical people of the EC came to explain, and what I got up to say then, people didn't understand me. I said, if that explanation had come earlier, I'm not sure people will start shouting on top of their voice, no new register, Electoral Commission, this. Mamiefu raised an important issue concerning why is it that maybe if somebody is registering and then maybe he's going to another place to register and it's not been detected. They walk us through the process. You see, that after the registration, it all goes into one pot. So therefore, if it is going and you are double registration, there's a tracker here to track you. You are not qualified to enter there because there is double registration. If Electoral Commission, that time I said, if Electoral Commission had explained all this, people will not be saying that we don't want new register, we don't want a new biometric system and so on and so forth. But for the diligence of the IT department of EC and then the vetting, whatever, wouldn't have been able to locate those criminals.
Yeah.
Because we're all warned at EC that if you double register, you'll be caught. And I was one of the people who was saying, these people, they're just going to Bolgatanga and register and go to Kasapin and register. How can you detect?
Yeah.
I had those doubts, but now they have proved all of us wrong. I think we should applaud the Electoral Commission for a young woman's job because it's a woman who is leading the EC. There's no institution that is perfect. And in all this, we all have to criticize constructively in such a way that if maybe some people are sleeping on their jobs, they'll be able to wake up. Yeah. I think the 30 people, not just disqualified from voting, the 30,000, they should even ban them from voting for the next 10 years to serve as a deterrent to people who think they can take the laws into their own hands. If you are banned for not voting in the next election, people will wake up and say, hey, let me do my registration clear and go to my house. Because, Kwame, I said I will never kill myself for anybody to become a president or a parliamentarian. I will not encourage my daughter or my son to go onto the street. Because if you see people going onto the street, you ask, Kwame, where is your son, where is your daughter? People are encouraging people to go and do things that is not even part of our electoral process. Look at what's happening in Udududu. What's the meaning of that? People are peace walk turned into something else. So I think massive education of our electorate, massive education of our people should be paramount. If we get the opportunity to sit on TV, let's talk. Kwame, before I forget, I think Pan-African TV, people watch you widely in this country. I think we have to give some peace messages in different languages on this TV station.
You guys started, so right? You have that of Ajay and a few others, right? Yeah.
No.
They've not done yours?
No. You see, so let's do that in different languages.
Okay.
In Frafra, in Dagbani, in Hausa, so that people will understand, because it's the idle hands that politicians capitalize on and then use it. Don't let anybody use you. So therefore, as for me, Jim Mensah, I salute her this morning. Because if it's anything at all, we've seen 30,000 criminals. Because they are criminals. Why do you go and register here and go and register here too? It's a criminal act.
Thank you very much, Hajia Hamdatu. Saka, I want to
like those who went and took our data from and then went and endorsed somebody.
Yeah.
They have to be. They have to be punished.
Saka,
those who, because our members did not do it.
Yeah. I want to open a company. I want to register a company called Brothers Keeper. Would you join?
Oh, I mean, you are my brother. I mean, if your objective is novel, I mean, and it's good.
But would I get sponsorship?
Yeah, of course. I mean,
so you help me get sponsorship.
I mean, when Lodina Foundation and all, they were going around taking money from people to.
But Rebecca Foundation too is
Foundation, anybody can form one.
So let's form one.
Yeah,
Brothers Keepers.
No problem.
Thank you.
If we are able to use the money to build autism centers and all this,
the Sisters Keepers they built.
Yeah, they built all that using that money.
Where is it?
In the middle hospitals and other.
Which hospital? Hey, that guy.
All right.
Multiple registration is a big lie. Nobody will have the time to do that. It's just to take some out, especially opposition strongholds.
I believe that.
This was good morning to KOD. Beware. Then people will give something to you by right hand and use the left to take it. From Bubu in Hohoi. Kwame, good morning to you. In fact, I have never enjoyed your Tuesday program because of Saka. He does not respect you as a host or moderator, and we the viewing public all the time peddling falsehood and lies. Never have I learned anything from him. Absolutely nothing from him. You should spare us. If I were you, Kwame, I would never have invited him onto your show again. Abdul Hafiz Mohammed from Tamale. This one simply says, Funny Saka, good morning to you all. The LPP man is confused of job and government appointee about Rawlings's mother. Can you imagine? Good morning, sir. Mr. Host, no police or any military personnel should tolerate any youth with political violence during and after this year's elections. Good morning to you, KOD, and I'm Saidu from Tamale. I always love watching your show, but today Saka has disappointed me, and I myself has confirmed his incompetence today. Thank you. I totally disagree with Hajia in respect of the Jubilee House appointment. Nobody prevents the president from appointing his family into executive positions. However, what is happening now is just too much.
What did I say?
Kwame, don't ever invite Saka on this serious program. Otherwise, why are you fighting Saka? That's his opinion.
But you are reading it.
Oh, let me read it. Why?
Why do you read such
it's their opinion. You can't prevent people from thinking how they want to think. But the fact is,
the person should talk to the issues.
Good morning to you, Kwame. Kwame, my friend Saka is today caught pants down.
What way?
He has all these years strongly defended the defense, but today is his last stop. He has not tried cry. He said he should return today's allowance given to him to enable him defend his party. We the viewers are very surprised about his twist in his submissions. Kwame from Tabora sent in this one. The messages are plenty, eh? Good morning to you, Kwame. Detecting multiple registration at the head office is not new. It was already there. Multiple lists existed since 2012. It is not this administration that started it. This current system even allows multiple registration on the same kit. Thanks, Haruna from Tamale sent in this one. Good morning to you, Kwame. For a moment, I wanted to give rebuttals to Saka's deceptions, but then I listened carefully and realized that Saka is just sarcastic and comical. I can't... Moses from Azasawa. You want Saka to beat me this morning? Gaya from Sun City says, good morning to you, KOD. Please, if what Adja is talking about is something we should take, I think it's still wrong on a larger scale. Maybe 1 or 2 people is okay.
Very nice. What is it?
What is it? Ofori from Commerce. Speaking of unemployment, Madam was saying something about a guy who has been under the bridge selling books for 6 years now. Ask Madam what steps she took 6 years ago when NDC was in power. That couldn't solve the issue of our dear brother, the booksellers' unemployment issue. The truth is, those up want to keep lying to us, to keep being, to keep bullying us, or I don't know, being up. So if the youth don't start taking entrepreneurship serious, we will continue to sleep on the streets while politicians sleep on our glories. Ofori from Kumasi sent in this one. This one says, it was not the youth that are protesting. It's not the youth that are protesting that are looting. It was hijacked by hoodlums sent by the government to neutralize the protest. Nigeria is a multi-ethics country, but the present government is designed to favor a certain ethnic group, which is the houses in the northern part of the country. I'll forward you some facts as regards what we are passing through in Nigeria from our leaders. And he has sent a lot. I think he sent this one in.
We don't have governors who are from
different ethnic groups. He sent this one in from Nigeria.
Because it's a federal state.
Yeah.
Well, he sent it from Nigeria. I think that you said on Teenager him saying Kwame, when I hear Saka, I become confused. Oh, titles from Ada. Why?
Please,
Kwame, I want to also find out if Mami Efua is related to former EC chairperson because they look alike. From lobby in Goso. Mami,
Charlotte.
We have to find out if you are going to read the elections on behalf of the NDC. Please, Kwame, the MVP man is beating his own drums and dancing to it. Come December, he shall see his smoothness level. Please, let Hadia know that all the viewers out here. Why? So if Hadia is advancing the argument and the argument finds expression in what the MVP is saying, is it wrong? I don't know why you people sometimes.
Read it.
It's
I want to hear.
I've read it. It's okay.
I want to listen.
You know, it's like Pan African television.
But that's why the campaign they use against me. Even
people say Pan African television is an NDC station. I laugh. The fact that we are anti-government, the fact that because if government makes a promise,
the election they use it against me. Damn MPP.
Pardon?
When I'm here,
they don't know
it used to be anti-government.
Absolutely. But no, don't say that. The point is this.
No, I mean that perception.
Yeah, but the point is this.
We need to represent.
Absolutely.
Once we represent.
Absolutely.
I mean, the NDC will not find expression.
Absolutely.
In making the case
it's a big platform that is available to all and for all. And once anybody takes advantage of it, it's to their advantage. It's to your benefit. If you think my station is small, so you won't come, or because you think
no, but it's not small.
No, that's what I'm saying. That if that's their perception, that's their own loss. Because the point is, you know how big the station is.
No, I mean even in Ghana here, I think that
absolutely.
In terms of viewership.
So I mean,
I don't think that
Pan African television
can compare to
Pan African television, because if government says I'm going to build you a dam, and the government builds the dam, we can only say government has built the dam.
Exactly.
But if a government says I'm going to construct the Anyaso Otuo road and it fails to construct the Anyaso Otuo road, I reserve the right and more to question why government failed to build that road. As you said, I'm NDC for bringing that issue out. I mean, it's not fair. Some of us are very progressive minded people.
If the preponderance of the negativity,
you see, the point is that
is more than the positivity.
Sometimes I even find I find it bizarre why the NDC is not communicating in a certain direction. You see, it's very easy for the NDC to communicate too, because you guys made so many promises, right? Okay. okay, no problem. I'm not going to even say anything. Let's list the promises you made and address the issues relative to same. You said you're going to do 1 million per constituency. Have you done it?
Yeah, we have.
Where? Exactly. So it should be issue based. You guys are pandering to the whims and caprices of. They are setting the agenda for NDC to follow. Ah, well, me, I've said my own. Anyway, thank you very much, Mame Fua. Thank you very much, Saka. Haja Amdat, I love you very much. Thank you very, very much. And
I love you.
Do you know Haja is my mother?
I know.
So what's your problem?
Okay, you go on.
My brother's keeper. Thank you very, very much for coming in today. I hope next week we'll see you. You've been campaigning too much, but TV Sukakra. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a nice day. Bye bye.